button. Thought if you have quality control, you also have sub buttons. No, that's not true. You can have quality without, maybe no forced. I can't activate the tech edge, gentlemen. He hasn't passed priority yet on the Karn, by the way. Or Moto made me pass priority. No, the spell would have resolved. Okay, here we go. So do I Cryptic, or do I just Remand? I think you just Remand. Let's Remand while the getting is good. Crumble. Why is this match being a joke right now? We normally get smashed by Tron. Why is this being so easy? I mean, yes, God, why is this being so good? Why are we, like, winning at life right now? This is insane. This is insanity. This is insanity. This is, like, legit, because I get to path the Skite here. He may or may not get a land, but he doesn't know that I've just drawn the Crumble. He may decide not to let me tech edge his Tron. Okay, he does. But I still think so I tech edge here, and then I also Crumble. Yes. Path Crumble, and then, yeah. Just leave him with nothing. This matchup is normally very hard, but, like, look at it. We're just kind of doing our thing. This is awesome. Ghost quartered his land in a super greedy play. Tech edge, no. Path tech Crumble, leave him with nothing. Brutality. Time for bitter, salty tears. I mean, if you play Tron, you expect to beat every single blue at red player you play. That is not the case today. Should have crumbled tower. You think so? You think we should have crumbled the tower? You think so? I didn't think about it. No worries, friend. No worries. Legit, no worries. Show me how you sideboarded. Ah, he scooped. Ah, he's got all his dust. Barkeem says, "Come back, opponent. We're not done playing Magic." It is definitely the correct decision because I didn't get to see how he sideboarded. But we did get to see that he has a Crumble. You know what's funny is he saw the Beck, but he didn't see the brain. Do you think he puts 2 and 2 together and realizes that... Hang on a second. We need to test... No. You guys think that he knows about the brains? Because I didn't show this that game. Do you think he knows? I don't see why we kept Snare. Still been scrying. Spell Snare. Spell Sky. And, Sylvan Scrying. I think 2 snares for both of those cards is fine. Beck isn't even that great against him, though. Right. In paper, I'll have Boom Bust. You're right. That's absolutely right. In paper, I would have Boom Bust. Here, I don't. That's true. That's true. Still gets hit by O-Stone. Yes, that's also true. That is also true. Well, so do my walkers. Seeing Brain or Beck Cool just makes people really, really confused. True. Is he gonna let us shadow him again? I'm not that convinced about the Izzet Charm. You know what? Let's go. We didn't need it last game. I don't think it's all that great. Famous last words. Turn 3 Karn coming up. God, the shadow was gross there. That was like wonderful. It was wonderful. Alright, mulligan. Yeah, you mulligan this. Although this is the turn for Beck Call, right? Because I can transmute for... No, it's not. That's why we run more Brains than we do Beck Calls, because if this was Brain instead of Beck, as a mulligan, it's also got the Emrakul. Keep. So greedy. Am I really going to do that again, where I bottom a land? No, I'm not. I'm taking that land. I did that earlier, and yes, we got rewarded, but we're also running fewer lands now than we were before. Before, we were on 25 land. Right now, I'm running a couple more cantrips, and I squeezed it down to 24. I'm not going to bottom that third land, because I need to get to this counterflux and this Vendilion Clique. I just played Brain, and he was like, wait, you're modern? Your turns? Your modern turns? Emmy, what's your deal? Always in the 7. He just wants to play. He just wants to come out and play. In fairness, this is a 1-of, and this is a 1-of, and this is a 1-of. My hand is actually full of some of the 1-ofs of our deck anyway, so... Ugh, he's got the scrying, and I don't have the spell snare. And you're sitting there like, oh, well, how good is spell snare in this match? It's not that good, but it does hit all of the scryings, and it does hit all of the, so, yeah, I mean, it targets. Stay on target. Stay on target. Now, since he has Forest here, though, that means he's going off a little bit more slowly. Which means we might have time to win this. We might. Draw step Vendilion clicking him is dangerous. It's better that I go Counterflux Crumble than it is for me to Vendilion click. So I'm going to sit on this Counterflux. You're welcome to say whatever you want about the draw step Vendilion click. Tron just always seems to have it. So I'm going to sit on this Remand and or Counterflux, and yeah. And I'm going to crumble him. Crumble's pretty good in this matchup. What did he search for? He searched for Urza's Mine. So we hit something that isn't mine, because it's less likely that it's more likely he has additional copies of these two lands than it is that he has additional copies of this land, so. Now here's the thing, if he doesn't play anything scary that I have to Remand or Flux, I actually just Vendilion click in the end step. No World Breaker one-time dealer. And that's the way the cookie crumbles. Alright, we'll go for the Vendilion click. There's not many scary things that he could be... I mean, there could be a boil right here. I hope not. Well, he would boil in response to my crumble anyway. And then we'd both be left with little lands. Well, he doesn't have a red source. Excuse me. Jeez, I'm tired. If I'm thinking he's going to boil me off a forest. Simian Spirit Guide boil. No! I was playing against a really interesting Tron player yesterday that had, like, multiple boils, and, like, every time I play Tron now, I think boil, but, anyway. Alright, so we're dealing with a couple of Warping Whales. So he definitely can answer this Vendilion clique. He also can answer my Crumble. So here's the thing, you gotta make a decision. He has multiple ways to answer the Crumble. Do you take him off one? Let me screenshot this, by the way. He does have multiple outs to the crumble. So let's say you leave him with the Karn. I think that's wrong, but let's say you do. And then you take a Warping Whale. You still have to fight through one Warping Whale before we crumble. It's really good that we Vendilion Clicked because, you know, Click is dead. Well, that's the other thing we could do, by the way, Dirigible. Like, I could, like, just let him kill the Vendilion Click, and then we have one less Warping Whale I gotta fight through. I still think you take Karn. I think that's easy. It's the only big scary in his hand, and then he's just left with a bunch of these, so. You still take the Karn? Yeah. We'll take the Karn. We'll leave him with a couple of Warping Whales. He gets a fresh card. And try to coax him into playing the... You could shock here, by the way. That totally tells my opponent that I have scary things. Take a Whale, hope he uses the other on the click, then you can crumble. I don't really want to signal the command, so... I think we're just fine sitting on a Counterflux or a Remand for a turn. Okay, we will see... That's the first Whale. You let it through, though. If we get a chance to answer the second one, we can go for the crumble. So that's a Warping Whale down. Chromatic Star. Shock, try to signal Remand Menelik. You could.
Midnight on the beach in the Mediterranean, and I miss you, even here taking it all in. The sand silver carries the moon on his shoulder. Is it possible to put this night to tune and move it to you?
Alright, we're pretty toast.
Ships move by, tracing on the horizon line. There's a luster from the city lights on the waves that kiss our feet.
We're pretty dead. I can counter the Ulamog, but us losing 2 lands here is brutal. Remember, he can counter the crumble. That's rough. That's really rough. I don't know. You know what I could do there, though? I technically could have bounce countered. I think I was supposed to, because then I have Counterflux next turn, but instead I decided to draw. But is the draw better than counter bounce one of my lands that he's exiling with the Ulamog? Nice. I guess it was. Go. We can do this. Don't give up. Do not give up. East Dallas Matt, thanks for the follow, Reno. Breaker. Jeez. Okay. Alright. Could have used your earlier spell